Welcome back, everybody. I'm Wayne. Today we're going to be taking a look at Argentina's predicted lineup against Croatia. How is Roma Femminile doing? It's actually very good, as well as what's going on within Trigoria, a little bit about Zaniolo, Abraham, and of course, Gini Wijnaldum getting back up to match fitness. Let's have a look.
If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thanks.
All right, so Argentina enter this one, I think, in a very positive manner. After those penalties, that was an insane game against the Netherlands. I do think that Argentina deserved it. I thought they just played a little bit better football, and ultimately the better team won there. And it's not Joao Molino who re-enters into the starting lineup, and I think that's a very big deal for Argentina because Scaloni, this manager, really likes the outside backs to press up and add into the attack. However, the rest of Argentina needs to be on their game. I think McAllister has had a very good World Cup. De Paul has been on the ball constantly. Some of his performances have been criticized, but truthfully, I think that he's been very important because even if he has made some mistakes, he's always looking to get the ball, always being a bit of Messi's bodyguard, and kind of that tough nail in this Argentina side. And I do think that if we look at Argentinas of the past, like a player like Mascherano, this Argentina does not have that. De Paul is a number 10. He's not the type that's just going to sit behind, so he is doing a very good job, I think, of covering the rest of the team. And will Dybala play? That's my question. Romanisti, what do you think? It's not looking good. I mean, you have the player of the tournament here, Lionel Messi, who, if Argentina reach the final, he's going to become the leading all-time appearance guy in the World Cup. He has just surpassed Maradona's goal tally of 8 in the World Cup. He's at 10, tying Batistuta. He could break Maradona's assist record. I mean, the chances of us seeing Dybala, I don't know, unless Argentina finds himself in a bind or maybe he comes on for like a penalty kick. But it's not looking like our boy is going to get too much time. Nevertheless, this Argentina side has been very entertaining, and so much of that comes at the hands of Messi. I thought Christian Romero has been very good. Otamendi has done his job, and the rest of the guys like solid. Super impressive, highly talented, perhaps the most talent for talent team that Argentina could have ever had. And so much of that is carried by Lionel. But I look at the other guys like Di Maria, including Dybala, De Paul. And these are ballers. I can keep on naming the entire roster. And as I'm looking towards this starting predicted lineup, we've got Martinez in net, Molina, Romero, Otamendi, Tagliafico across the back four. Fernandez, De Paul, McAllister in the three, with Di Maria, Messi, and Alvarez, who's had a fantastic tournament so far, making that three. So it's predicted that Di Maria does get the nod here. It's important to remember that Croatia did not win their group. This is not a perfect team. I understand, and I'm a little bit wary that Croatia has the players, the talent, the drive, the mentality, and the mindset to grind this game out. If we think of Luka Modric, who is world class, on top of that, Perisic, who knows how to grind out a game and do really what it takes in order just to get the win. It's not about winning 5-1 or making it impressive. It's about just those 3 points at the end of the game, or in this case, just advancing on to the next step. On the women's end, all things must come to an end, and we see the 15-game unbeaten streak, 8-game win streak finally end at the hands of Juventus. Of course, it had to be Juve Femminile, but the ladies are doing so well. They're still at the top of Serie A +3. They're doing good in the Champions League as well. They are just a few points. They're in second spot behind, Wolfsburg, and in Group B there. So they're actually playing again on Friday, and that's against St. Polten. So ladies are doing their thing. I read an article maybe like 4 or 5 days ago from The Guardian, which was very good, short but sweet, and talks about Roma's rise and what the club really wants to do, their ambitions, bring new players in, having reached short-term success such as last month Roma Femminile won the Supercoppa. Last year, 2021, they won the Coppa Italia. So they've been doing really well, and one of those, or I should say 2 or 3 of those keys here, has been adding just the next level of talent. And we've got Valentina Giacinti coming over from Milan. She's been doing really good. She even scored a 30-yard cucchiaio earlier this year. I think that was in October against Parma, which the Femminile won 5-0. Another is Andressa, the Brazilian center back. She's been with the club since 2019. And one loanee, very interesting, the Austrian center back, Karina Veninger. She comes over from Munich, and she's been really impressive. So one thing I noticed that this piece mentioned was that they're trying to catch up to some of the bigger fish in the Femminile sector throughout the Champions League. And I think that would be such a tremendous feat for this group to get, serious notoriety, because women's football is only going to keep going up. And one thing I saw recently, actually, I didn't plan to talk about this, was that we have a local hockey team, women's hockey team, called the Riveters, right in Rutherford, very close to where I live. It's actually next door to where the New York Giants and New York Jets play American football. And one thing that they did was the new stadium, which the marketing director is a former Roma director, which is how I follow him on LinkedIn, and in the mall is the ice rink. So it's not practical to think that for a women's ice hockey team in New Jersey that you're going to get a ton of people to come out to a stadium and fill it, and who are you essentially going to rely on? But in a way, the venue makes all the difference. And when you have one that's contained, intimate, and this is very much the way that MLS worked, where Don Garber stepped in and he said every team needs their own stadium, which is why New York Red Bulls, who I follow, that they have their own space. And it's great. It's 24,000 approximately, and it's a tremendous atmosphere in stadium. You can actually play in it in FIFA. If you've got that, you got to check it out. You got to play like an exhibition or a friendly match there. Really cool stuff. But they play at Tre Fontane, and when they lost against Juventus, it was like almost sold out, if not sold out. So really cool stuff there for the women's team. And otherwise in Trigoria, we have got big news with Gini Wijnaldum running back at top speed. I cannot wait to get this guy back. When we talk about the Mercato, and January is, of course, just a few short weeks away. We got Christmas, New Year's, and then the Mercato. It's like a 3-in-1. And so much, I think, of Roma's success, which will come in 2023, will come at the hands of returning players, not necessarily new ones. Of course, you always want to see fresh faces and make that jump in quality and get some new guys, and that's exciting. I mean, if it wasn't exciting, there wouldn't be so many journalists and people reporting news, whether it's fake or not. Just open up any football website and transfer rumors, run it. So it's interesting, it's exciting. But Roma's success will definitely come from the return, the emergence of Gini Wijnaldum, who's only played one game with the team thus far, with Dybala getting back. And this is big, big stuff. If you add, one or two more players, guys who can allow Mourinho to play exactly the way that he wants. I can't imagine that he really wants to be playing this 3-4-2-1. But as Thiago Pinto molds this team to where his manager wants, and we see Solbakken come in, so there's already, I think, these really good signs of what Roma can do. And I'm optimistic. If you ask me, how do I feel this Roma's going to play, how they're going to look, I think that they can honestly do twice as good as what we've seen. Because in this half, once Roma lost, this half of the season, or third of the season, once Roma lost Dybala, so much was lost. And it's a bit of a Dybala dependency. But if they can get that ball a little bit further up the pitch, not in a low block, but a medium low block, where they're possessing the ball, I think because of the technical players that you have out there like Wijnaldum, he's a player who can maintain that. He can drive the ball forward, he can recover it quickly, make sure it's not in such dangerous positions, and I think Roma will be so much better off. I'm excited to have him back. There's no secret that Fratesi wants to come back. He's a player who I think would add so much to the midfield. I think recently he mentioned something like he wasn't ready to come back, but I would love to see that guy. I know he wants to come back. I know the team must want him based upon dealings in the summer, comments that Thiago Pinto has made. He'd be super exciting. I think he could be a future captain of Roma, of course, given his pedigree. So, guys, we'll be back after the World Cup. I'm going to keep, doing a little Roma weeklies type stuff, keeping you in the loop. Give it a like, comment. Thanks. We'll talk soon. Ciao.